Love those beautiful shades of pink and purple and blue that come when there's a nice cloud-filled sky on a sunrise. Kind of reminds me how the storm clouds gather when the hot air comes in and the cold air comes in from the other direction, and then they meet up and causes all kind of storm activity. Whew. Storm activity has been hot lately. You know, as a Christian, one of the things that we're supposed to do is to try not to keep our eyes focused on the storm, try to keep our eyes focused on Him. And yesterday I got my eyes focused on the storm a little bit. It set me back for a day, but you know, half a day really, because thank God for my brothers and sisters in Christ here in Dunnellon Community Church that were able to remind me that we're all going through it right now. And they were able to pick me up and give me the strength I needed to get my eyes focused back on the right things so I can come back here and help you guys stay focused on the right things. Help you guys stay focused on those things that are going to help you improve your health physically, mentally, spiritually. You know, I know we all don't have the same beliefs, but we all have a spiritual life to some degree or another, whether you believe it or not. So I'm here to help you improve all of them. And one of the things I've been doing to do that, if you're new to the channel, hello, my name is Dante, and this is my experience on Lion Diet. I've been doing this diet now for over 22 months of ruminant meat, water, and salt, and it has been a game changer. For those of you who are here again, welcome back. I'm always thankful to have you. Just like I'm thankful to have this big girl right here. Isn't she beautiful? I'm glad the fence is between us though. So just so you know, if you have those moments where you wake up and you feel the pressure of the world right on top of your head the first thing in the morning, I had that yesterday. And this morning, I started off on the right foot. I was able to go to bed with the right frame of mind, get the right amount of sleep, and then get up early and get started. Now granted, I did stay up a little later than I wanted to, but I still got enough sleep. And I got up at my normal time, which I think is something very important, is to pick a time that you're gonna get up and get up at that time every day. Something I learned from Dr. Huberman about keeping your circadian rhythm in balance. Not telling you anything new there, I'm sure you probably heard that most of your life, or at least early in your life. But if you do that, it does make your brain and body function a lot easier with your daily routine, if you have a daily routine. And daily routines are a big part of success for physical, mental, and spiritual health. Having some kind of routine. Even if your routine changes a lot. You know, with an exercise regimen like I do, it's been just a mixture of things. I had somebody ask me about my training regimen, and I was thinking to myself, training regimen? I wouldn't call what I do training as much as it is, I'm just getting up and getting at it, doing something, trying to spread it out a little bit over a few muscles, doing something more than I did before. Some people come on the channel and give me a hard time about not doing enough. And I'm like, man, I don't even need to hear that, because I know what I was doing before and it was nothing. So to be able to get up and ruck this 40-pound vest and to get up at 4:30 in the morning and start doing those squats or push-ups or pull-ups or whatever they are, man, that is a huge step in the right direction. And after all the years I let it go, it is such a big deal to be able to recover that now, so that I don't go into my older years falling apart. You know, I had to work at a retirement home and see what it was like for some of the folks who didn't take very good care of themselves. And it's a rough existence if you didn't take care of your body. And it's a long time that you got to put up with that rough existence. So please, take care of your body. You can do like I did and get up this morning, knock out those squats. First time I've done squats in a while, because I've been focusing on push-ups the past 30 days. But I need to get it back in my regimen, and I've done it. I added a few extra workouts in there too, a few extra things I like to do, like some dead hangs and some leg lifts. Oh my God, the leg lifts were such a surprise, how much good they did. Look at this beautiful sunrise. I gotta get this for you too. That's the way to start the day right there, with a little light therapy. I'm not looking directly at the sun, I'm looking directly to the side of it, but letting that light soak into my eyes. It really makes a big difference when you get some natural sunlight right into your eyes to get those neurons firing in the morning. It's one of the reasons I love doing this. Getting out early enough to get a beautiful sunrise like that, to not only enjoy the beauty of God's design, but also to get my body and brain started for the day, to be able to go into the rest of today knowing that I've already taken care of my body. But if you're sitting there and wondering if you can get up and do these exercises, the only thing you got to overcome is your own objection to doing it. You got to tell yourself, screw it, I'm gonna get up and do it. And then get up and do it. Same thing I decided to do when I decided to do this diet. I had been looking at it, just like you've probably been looking at it for a while if you haven't already decided to do it. If you're not one of the many folks who have told me of all the wonderful benefits they've had from their carnivore experience, and you've been looking into this way of eating and seeing a lot of people getting results, what are you waiting for? This might be the opportunity you've been waiting for to get your life back together, to get your health together, to get your mind and body right, so that you can be strong enough to stand up to the storms in your life. You know, we all have storms of life, but when there's a lot going on in the world like there is right now, it seems to intensify it for all of us. And some of us have it worse than others. But being able to be strong, to be fit enough to get up and face life's challenges, oh, it's such a big difference. It's such a big difference than before, when I would have those challenges and I was unhealthy and I just didn't want to get out of bed. I didn't want to get up because of the pain that it was causing me mentally and physically in my gut. But that's over with. Lion Diet changed that. And it can change it for you if you're anything like me. I don't know exactly what's going to work for everybody, but I can tell you this has worked for me, and it's worked for a lot of other people who had a lot of health issues. One last thing before I go, I want to be able to share with you a steak I made yesterday. Well, actually, two last things. Real quick, here's a list of some folks I need to thank. First, I need to thank Paul Simpson, who just joined this week to my Patreon, a patron at the $20 level, but also thanks to Michael Eben, Dale, Paul Cullen, Derek Hines, Todd R. Adams, Carl Havitzi, Junior Smith, Christine Spence, Cheryl Carty, Chris Hackard, Coco McKeon, Prince Mancho, and Joseph. Also a shout out to Mindful Metrics for the $50 donation for the channel contribution. Thank you so much. I could not do this without you. And now check out this video that I recorded yesterday. 2.5 pound sirloin cooked from frozen in the air fryer. Took me a little over 30 minutes if I remember correctly, but you'll see it here. Check it out. It came out really good. All right, this is by far the largest steak I've ever tried to cook in an air fryer, from frozen or otherwise. 2.57 pound sirloin. We're gonna see if we can cook it in the air fryer today from frozen. Normally on about a 2 pound or less air steak like this, I would go about 20 to 23 minutes. It varies depending on how thick the meat is. Here the meat is a little thicker than normal, and I've seen some that weren't this big take well over 23 minutes, all the way up to 30 minutes when it was spread out. But as I've mentioned before, it's hard to add up all those times when you chop up opening the air fryer and closing the air fryer because you're letting the heat out. So I'm going to give it a try at 28 minutes, flipping halfway through. And I'm going to check the temperature at 3/4 of the way through to see if we're looking good for finishing up. And if you have a similar model at home, I am making an effort to not let the beeping go off while the recording is happening. The beeping on this model drives us all crazy. But I still love this model for its overall space, and its easy open clamshell design makes it easy for cleaning. And I can take a big huge hunk of meat like this and fit it in there, almost. You can see it's actually kind of pressing up against the walls of the pan to stay there right now. So as it cooks, it's going to drop down a little more. But I kind of like that it's going to have more air flowing around it while it's in there like that. But that's just because it's too big. Alright, here we are going to flip it at the midway point. Perfect. Easy peasy. And here we are finished. I did not get a chance to check the temperature. Let's see how we're doing. Needs a little longer. About 120 degrees, so let's set the temperature back to 475. And we will let it go for another 6 minutes. So I guess 30 minutes would have been better to start with. We'll get it nailed down eventually. Whew, got back just in time. You know, dealing with a family and trying to do this ain't the easiest thing in the world sometimes. There we are, 144. I guess 6 minutes was more than I needed. Maybe just a couple minutes would have been enough. Sometimes I do a couple minutes more and it doesn't do anything, so. Not too bad for the temperature. Still looks nice and pink. No complaints there at all. That was delicious. You know when you can get a piece out of the center. As I was saying, when you get a piece out of the center that tastes that good, I can't wait to try the piece on the edge. You hear that crispy, crunchy? Oh, it's so good. Well, my wife is going to want some of this, so I got to get going. But I just wanted to show you guys how it comes out. From frozen in the air fryer, you can get a really amazing steak, even the large ones. Well, that's it for me today. I'll see you guys next time.